I'm a novelist who tells his stories through objects. Objects fascinate me. In fact, I wrote a novel called Museum of Innocence and opened a museum with the same name, in which the objects that people touch, play with, be involved, all the objects in the novel are exhibited in the real museum, which is in Istanbul. I am here in Lyon because I am also interested in museum studies, art historians. I'm grateful that I'm invited here, where I have met a lot of art historians, museum people. Once I opened my Museum of Innocence, I was more fascinated with the idea of exhibiting things. Objects have an aura around them. A novelist, an artist, someone perceptive should discover and represent it, write about it, or make art about it. Objects also, a series of objects, collections interest me, not because of the objects by themselves, but also because, as in my novel, someone gets so much involved in life, has a dramatical accident or something, some bad thing happens, some tragedy happens, then our response is to give our love to objects and collections. Of course, art representation through pictures, images, is more suitable for representing the material force of objects. A lot of writers also wanted to write about the materiality of the objects. French nouveau romancier Alain Robbe-Grillet wrote about objects, rooms without people. I like it. I like to notice the atmosphere, the ambience that the objects carry, give us. I wanted to be a painter in early life. Till the age of 22, I thought I would be someone like Picasso or something. Then suddenly, as I wrote in my book, Istanbul, I switched to writing. I don't know why. You have to read that book to understand why. I always thought and try to understand what we do when we think. Do we think with images or do we think with words? I think it's a combination. Sometimes in my dreams I see words or verbs, verbal expression sometimes is important. Sometimes images are important. I try to combine them, perhaps because I wanted to be a painter, now a writer. I am fascinated by the relationship between writing, literature, and painting and art. It's a complex relationship, but as Horace said, they are addressing the same points. They are sister arts. They are similar, but not that much similar too. Once, all of his friends were asking Jean-Paul Sartre to write introductions for their books, Jean Genet and everyone. And he said, one day he said, Petit Larousse would mention Jean-Paul Sartre, French introduction writer. Sometimes I adapt this joke and say, Orhan PAMUK, Turkish catalog writer. All of my friends are asking, you like me, would you write an introduction to my catalog? So you're asking, shall I write for the Louvre catalog or something? But I try to make, maybe I'll say something personal. I am fascinated with objects, art, or of course painting, because I wanted to be a painter. Now that I'm an internationally famous writer, all of my friends are asking me to write introductions to their exhibitions, to their catalogs. And since I try to do my best and write a lot, one day I'll put them in a separate book, introductions to catalog writings, my writings on art. If you're interested in painting, one painting fascinates me. Another painting that repeats its motifs, compositions, fascinates me. But more than 50 paintings doesn't fascinate me. It's the museum that interests me. I think museums are like novels. They elevate the collections into a more complex, more meaningful places. Museums are like painting frames. If you look at a painting, maybe you don't care about it. But when you see it in a museum, in a context, the museum elevates the object or the painting to a new level.